Welcome back to the Island Doc. Today we've been talking about everything on childhood safety in the house, childhood safety outside the house, what exactly you should be doing if your child in fact chokes, or how to do CPR properly.
Yeah, and now we're going to move on to the part of the show that you have been waiting on. How do you look for signs of child abuse?
Okay, so some of the signs of child abuse, honestly, they're very subtle. And as parents, as teachers, as people and personnel who deal with children, you have to look out for these very subtle signs. One simple sign will be just behavioral changes. You've had a child who's always been getting a B or an A student, has been doing very well in school, and then all of a sudden the child's grades have drastically dropped, or the child is abusing substances, like you see them now smoking a lot of marijuana, or even delving into more serious drugs. So those are some of the subtle signs, or even blatant signs, because the child is really trying to tell us themselves of abuse. So another sign would be a child who has secondary enuresis. And this really is just a fancy medical term for a child who had stopped wetting their bed for a while and started back wetting their bed. And this tells you, this is another behavioral sign really of a child telling you that they've been abused.
What about actual physical signs?
So actual physical signs, I'll be honest, they're difficult to see. But for parents, things that you can look out for with your girls would be when you're taking a bath, they tend to be very sensitive in that area. Another thing would be is that they're complaining of pain while urinating. They're saying, "Mommy, it hurts when I pee." So that may give you a cue to take a look down there. What may also raise your suspicion is if you see some unusual redness there. Now, there are other causes of why a child could be red in the vaginal area, like vulvovaginitis. And, especially with girls, when they're now learning to toilet train, it's very easy for them to get a little bit of redness down there. But taking everything in context, behavioral changes, wetting the bed, redness, burning when they're peeing, or complaining of burning when they're peeing, these are things that you tend to think about.
And what are your thoughts on like a discharge? Like, what are your thoughts about that?
So, honestly, the percentage of kids who present with discharge are small, but these are, of course, things that will alert you. Yeah. It's very unusual for a child to have a green discharge or a foul-smelling vaginal discharge. So again, these are your cues. And if you see any tearing down there, it could be because of trauma, but if you see any tearing in that area, then you definitely want to take your child to an emergency room. Okay, and for the guys, I don't want to leave out the boys,
yes,
because we've been talking about the girls, but for boys, if it is that they've been abused, they may complain of anal pain, difficulty sitting, or just pain in that general area.
And
behavioral, definitely. There will be kids who will lash out at you. Don't be so quick to think that there may not be something else going on.
Okay, guys, you've heard it from Dr. George. Now you know all the signs to look for, in order to know if your child is being abused or not. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at theislanddocs@gmail.com, or like us on Facebook and send us a message at theislanddocs. And the apple a day for today is, do everything possible to protect your child. Childhood safety is very important. So until the next time, guys, see you.